What up, what up, what up, what up? This is my first time reviewing this video. IGN went to the Gears of War E-Day developers and had a long conversation with them. They got some more details. I heard rumors, but I ain't really get to this video. So let's see what's going on, man. Let's see what's going on with the greatest shooting game franchise ever.
Hey everybody, I'm Ryan McCaffrey from IGN. I am with the only person I know that's a bigger Gears of War fan than I am, and that's my Podcast Unlocked castmate, Miranda Sanchez. Miranda, we just got out of seeing a behind closed doors presentation. We didn't get to see new gameplay, but we had the developers talking to us for an hour, answering a whole bunch of questions about this prequel, Gears of War E-Day. So where do you want to start with this? What do we want to talk about?
Sort of establishing that since you didn't allow us to dig too much into things that haven't shown, we really try to keep it focused on some big moments that we saw in the reveal and of course in their longer broadcast later, and that was on movement, gameplay, and of course the lore. So we saw, like, honestly a pretty neat scene from the books, like in the trailer when Marcus gets pinned and then of course saved, and that is, like, you know, verbatim from the book, but the location is quite different.
I'm really glad that Gears of War has went to the origin of how the feel was. The feel of the game is back. When you remember playing Gears 1, 2, and maybe even 3, 3 got a little bit more Fast and the Furious-y, but it still had a gritty feeling. It had a survival feeling. It had the, yo, we fighting for our lives here. We've been fighting for this long. This is our last stand. Gears 3 felt like a last stand. Gears E-Day kind of has that similar, yo, we getting surprised by an enemy. This is also a last stand because we got no choice but to fight. I can't wait until I see them execute on what I hope that they'll do. I think they'll really execute on this game. I think there's no other shooting game that's on my list besides this. It is what it is.
Right, so they kind of just, you know, touched on that, and I said, hey, so you're taking stuff from the books, which, awesome, because this is, E-Day is an established thing, of course, in Gears lore, but how are you guys going to make sure that you're preserving, like, what's existed? Or does that not even matter? Are you guys going to Star Wars Episode 1 and just change, like, Force now has midichlorians, you know? It's like, I don't know what the, like, Gears, like, example would be, like, something with emulsion, maybe,
right,
if we really want to get into it, but I think, like, that's such a pivotal thing for folks like me who love the lore and really love these characters. It's like, what are you guys doing? And they're like, no, we are not, like, these still matter. Like, we want to build this out in a way where we can expand, like, who you know in this game, in this world, because there's a lot of new characters. We saw how they did that really well with Hive Busters when they move away from, like, our faves and, like, show new people and what they're doing. And I think they're trying to do that with this new squad and try to show, like, of course.
I wonder if the active reload has the same bonus that it came with in Gears 1, 2, and even 3. I wonder if it comes with that power bonus. I think this game needs to have that. There needs to be a incentive for hitting that active. There has to be an incentive. They took away the incentive in Gears 4 and 5. They gave it like a timer. You couldn't get an active every time. Nah, they shouldn't do that. You got to bring back the incentive to hit an active. I don't know what that was for. I don't know if that was a casual thing. I don't know. But me personally, bring it back. We'll deal with the balancing later if it gets out of hand. Bring it back. This is what we knew. This is what made Gears Gears. Gears 4 and 5 did not really extend the franchise as it should. This is why Gears had to go back to square one. It's because of Gears 4 and 5, in my opinion. Go back to what works, evolve what's already good about the game, and add new things. And I think E-Day is doing that, in my opinion. It is what it is.
Of course, we know Marcus and Dom, but the other two new characters are, like, a really good opportunity for them.
Yeah, Bravo Squad is.
I have this weird feeling that Bravo Squad, the lady and the new dude, they're gonna die in the story. I just, it's a safe bet. It's a safe bet because you don't see him ever again. You don't see him in Gears 1, 2, or 3. So it's a safe bet that these characters die. We'll see when we play the game, but I wouldn't hold my breath that these characters stay alive, and they might die a gruesome death too.
That's what we learned.
Yes. So I think as far as the content from like the stories of old, they said that they're kind of taking a lift and shift method. So like that scene in the trailer that we saw, or I guess like the extended gameplay, they took that moment from a different location in the lore technically and shifted it to this new city that they're creating so that they can like really make the most of it.
So a little creative freedom.
Yeah, yeah.
But not outright like rewriting Gears history.
Exactly. Like they're not going to meet Cole and Baird, for
yeah.
instance. Like they don't meet canonically here, so why would they see him? But Coltrane is huge. He's a star.
You're gonna see Coltrane in the multiplayer. You're gonna see Baird in the multiplayer. They're gonna be in the multiplayer. Don't hold your breath and think that they're not gonna be in the multiplayer. They're iconic characters. You're not gonna see them in the story, but you will see them in the multiplayer. It's pretty much guaranteed. If they don't do it, I wouldn't be mad at it because you're not gonna see him in the real game. You see him on posters, you see him on. That's fine. But about a 90% chance we're gonna see Coltrane and Baird and Anya Shroud and all the classic Gears in multiplayer.
And so they said, like, if you pay attention in the back of the bar, there's like a Thrashball poster with Cole on it because he's a huge star. So it's like, of course, he still has a presence here. It's just not the same that you'd be used to.
Because they very clearly said that this game follows Marcus and Dom across 3 days, and it never leaves them. And I couldn't help but think, oh, I wonder if the follow-up to this game might be like a Baird game. I couldn't help but wonder, like, where do we go from here?
We had a Baird game. It was Gears of War Judgment, and Gears of War Judgment was not good. It was not good. There are some elements of Gears Judgment in this game, like you jumping over certain things, but the breach shot, certain guns is in this game from Judgment, but that game from Baird was not good. That was like a spin-off. I don't know what it was.
But the good news is E-Day did seem to be heavily focusing on characters. Like they mentioned in the session that so many people die apparently, and this one, like, it because it said like two-thirds of the population gets killed, and that people that you're fighting alongside at some point in the game, like, you'll find their cog tag later because they've been killed. Because it seems like,
yo, Dominic looks so young, bro. Like, he looked like he's 22 years old. Dom was a lot more rugged in Gears 1. The graphics was way different in Gears 1, so he's not gonna look the same, obviously. But it's a realistic. It's 2026. He's gonna look different. He's gonna look like a real person. Gears 1, they had to figure him out. He looks very rugged, skin bad. He looks like he got acne scars. He look crazy. Like, Dom looks crazy in Gear 6. I keep saying Gear 6. He looks crazy in Gears 1. He even looks crazy in Gears 2 compared to what he looks like now. But this is just how graphics work. This is just how development works. When you're going from a long series, a long franchise, and then you go into an origin story, it's kind of given. You're not going to decrease the graphics because it's an origin story. You're not going to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
like it's going to be a darker thematically if not like literally with lighting, but a really dark story this time around.
I was told that I will personally probably cry multiple times. And I was like, all right. I mean, I believe you. I believe you guys, especially for how much we care for the characters that are established already. But we have Megs and Lucas, who I think are neat. And just that they have new characters again. And there are new ways to learn about Marcus and Dom effectively, right? Like, how much do we actually know about? We know a lot about Marcus and Dom, but we don't know about like young Marcus and like what his motivations were at the time. Like, or I guess more of like at a time of relative peace. Like, that's so weird.
Yeah, between wars, as it turns out.
Wars, but also in a time of mourning, because he's mourning his best friend, which they keep emphasizing. And I think that's really cool that they kind of bring up that tie between Marcus and Dom.
Imagine you just coming home from a big war. Imagine you just coming home from a big war, bro. Big war. Thousands upon thousands of soldiers died on your side. You finally win. I don't know how long it takes for this war to pass, but I don't think this war passed a couple months out before they gotta fight underground demons and monsters out of nowhere that destroys their city. Takes Dom's wife. Eventually takes Anya in Gears 3 or Gears 4 or whatever. During the timeline of Gears 3, Gears 4, Anya dies. That's crazy. These guys go through turmoil. I can't wait to play this shit, bro. Imagine that, though. You just come home from war, and a month later, there are underground demons stronger than you, more terrifying. You don't understand what they are. They just busting holes out the ground, leveling buildings, destroying your city, your childhood city, killing your neighbors ruthlessly. No, they know how to shoot guns as well. And you gotta figure it out and fight because you a vet. Your instincts kick in. You're like, yo, it's time to get it in. It's time to fight. But you still in confusion. You in a state of confusion. That's wild. That's a wild thing.
And that they didn't know each other, but they're not like as close as they were.
Yeah, Carlos is apparently the glue that kind of holds their friendship together.
Like, Carlos was there, and then obviously, if you guys noticed in the trailer, my favorite thing was that Dom just like is on the phone. He's all smiley. It's like, talking to Maria. You talking to your girl? She's alive. She's healthy. She's okay. But we know if you are a lore fan, I'm not gonna spoil it just in case. There's some very not good stuff happening for Dom soon beyond Maria. So it's just like, yeah. Anyway, I'm just like so stoked to see what they're gonna do there and how the rest of Bravo Squad are gonna do and how that.
Yo, the Reapers are way more terrifying than they were in the previous games. The Reapers were kind of janky and, alright, this is this goofy spider-looking thing hitting me with missiles. I've died a few times from these Reapers in insane mode. Believe it or not. You was gonna die by these Reapers with them rocket launchers. That shit was homing. So, they're more terrifying. They actually climbing on walls as they should be doing as Reapers because they have spider legs. Of course they climb on walls. Duh. Right? So they're evolving the game into, alright, what would this Reaper do? It looks like a spider. It has missiles. It needs to be a deadly asset. A deadly opponent. Had this thing take angle advantage and hit people with the rockets. And this is what they doing. So these campaign mode fights are gonna be, we're gonna be dying a lot. But we here for it. We here for it.
It's gonna work out as far as like the rest of the franchise. And like, speaking of, this plays so different. Like, this is mechanically going to be quite a different Gears. I think they also noted specifically, it's like, you know, our camera, instead of zooming in to do the roadie run, they pan out. Like, it's a lighter run.
Yeah, how did you...
Hold on, is that the new backflip?
Camera, instead of zooming in to do the roadie...
That's the new backflip, or did he get hit?
I think they also did specifically, it's like,
Yeah,
our
was that the
camera
new
instead of
backflip?
zooming in to
Yo, that's the new backflip. Yo, that's the new backflip. You know, the old backflip was like on some Rey Mysterio shit. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. That old backflip was like on some Rey Mysterio shit. Ain't nobody was flipping like that with that heavy ass gear and them heavy ass guns. I like this new backflip though.
do the roadie run. They pan out.
I like that new backflip.
Did specifically, it's like, our camera instead of zooming in to do the roadie run, they pan out.
He didn't get hit.
Like
That was a backflip.
Lighter run.
Yeah, how did you feel about that? Because I'm going to be honest, that was the one thing when they...
The new physics.
It's a lighter run.
Yeah, how did you feel about that? Because I'm going to be honest, that was
the new headshot for... Damn, he got destroyed. Damn.
The one thing when they showed it and explained it, I was like, as a big Gears fan, I'm not into that. Only because roadie run, it's so uniquely Gears, where I've not really seen that in another game. So
the reason why the roadie run changed, if you don't know, I'm gonna give an explanation, and there's an explanation that they don't gotta give. Maybe they'll give it. I can read minds. I'm a telepath. I forgot to tell you guys, I'm a telepath. The reason why they changed the roadie run is because the roadie run is not realistic. No one runs like that in real life. And it's an outdated run. We don't want to see that run no more. We want a fresh game. You make it more fluid and realistic, the runs. You make the movement more fluid. They had to change it. It had to be done. Yeah, maybe I'll miss it. But I wasn't mad seeing the new run. Nobody runs like that in real life. They look stupid. It looks dumb. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm sure when I play the game, it'll be fine and I'll have a great time with the game. But how did you feel about the omission of roadie run in favor of a more traditional follow sprint camera?
I wonder if it's just something that works better with the tech changes of how they're doing cover, but also maybe...
Imagine you doing a roadie run, and out of nowhere, you just hop on a bus. You hop on a cargo thing, this thing right here, a shipping container. That looks dumb. It looks dumb. I'm in 100% agreement with the change. You don't like it? Don't play the game. But you're still going to play the game. Because you're going to be seeing a lot of clips. You're going to be seeing a lot of clips from me. You're going to be seeing a lot of clips from other creators playing this shit. You're going to still play it. Shout out to the OG Gears vets. The way how we used to play the game is not going to bring new people into the game. We can't be wall bouncing and doing all this shit. Maybe they have a new system. Maybe the wall bounce is just as deadly but different. Just as deadly but different. That's a t-shirt. We don't know yet. We got to wait till August 6th for the first day of the open beta. Let's have an open mind here. This is for the betterment of the game. I promise you guys it's for the betterment of the game. If it's trash, when we play it, I'm going to tell y'all it's trash. I'm going to post the content. I'm going to say it's trash. They need to improve this. But for right now, I'm in 100% agreement with what's going on.
Be a bit more welcoming to even more people. Like, they've been refining how movement works in
Excuse
Gears
the frame rate,
constantly.
too.
Like 5 is of course different from 4, different from 3, and I do like roadie run. I think it's just heavy. It's good. It feels good. It's so Gears, like that is a Gears thing. But at the same time, I'm open to seeing how this changes and if it does benefit the gameplay. I think, of course, that I love that they just get on the ground for cover. Like, I'm like,
I mean, a
yes,
slide is a
that's cool.
slide. They gotta add
to see
that.
how the evolution and jumping. They also said there's no. I know this is deviating a bit. They said there's no platform.
Bro, listen, they gotta put all this in multiplayer. This type of traversing.
To see how the evolution and jumping.
I wonder when you get hit and you're running, they gotta keep your heart pumping as you're getting hit. And I remember in certain Gears 3 had this. In Gears 3, they took it out the game. This was something that was subtle and they didn't really talk about. When your heart was pumping and you was roadie running, your character ran faster. I don't know if they did it on purpose. I don't know. Your character ran faster when that heart was pumping. Then they add stopping power. Stopping power is like, it's like, all right, it's realistic, but how they gonna incorporate stopping power into this? I don't know.
They also said there's no, I know this is deviating a bit. They said there's no platforming. Like it's not, you're not gonna get a platforming puzzle. I was like, thank you.
Yeah, the shotgun
Yeah,
is more
I'm
deadly.
definitely a bigger fan of those changes to the movement and to the cover mechanics, because I think Michael Hyam was
See, in this footage, I don't know why I had this discrepancy when I saw this earlier in the actual extended gameplay with the devs, because pieces of this video is from that.
of those
I didn't
changes to the
understand
movement
this.
and to the cover mechanics.
Okay, he didn't throw the nade. I
'Cause
thought he threw
think
the
Michael-
nade. Did he throw the nade?
A fan of those changes to the movement and to the cover mechanics, because
No,
I
he
think
didn't
Michael
throw the
Hyam
nade.
was saying it on our Unlocked post show back on right after the
forget it.
Xbox showcase that Gears mechanics have been pretty fundamentally the same for all these years, and they've been great. It's a great system, but
I love that new cover system. I love that new cover system, bro. He just low prone. That's fire to me, bro. And you know, when we saw that new game coming for Xbox, or it was for PlayStation, one of them, Naughty Dog put out this game called Crossfire. And it had a new cover system. It was like a variable cover system. It's like as the cover gets higher and lower, your character adapts to the cover. Adaptive cover. It's like if it's low and you go lower, if it's higher and you start crawling higher, and it's like, all right, Gears of War, we hitting that wall. Bang. We hitting that wall. We not doing all that. We hitting that wall, gang. I like Gears added this. I like that.
yeah, now we can we've got the slide, and you can slide into cover, and apparently it's just one button. Like it automatically, you don't have to like hit another button to then go into cover. And yeah, the low cover that you were talking about, where you'll be able to kind of be almost prone and then leaning up and shooting. So that should just freshen up the gameplay a little bit, I think.
Yeah, also that came up in my session. So we were in different sessions. Was that wall bouncing doesn't really work the same anymore, talking about cover and how that shifts. So that's going to shift
Guys, I want you to listen to what she said. Listen to her word for word. Because I'm seeing a lot of things out there and it's false. There's a lot of, they took away wall bounce. I want you to hear what she says.
wall bouncing doesn't really work the same anymore.
Wall bouncing doesn't work the same. Not wall bouncing got removed. Let's play that again.
Session. So we were in different sessions. Was that wall bouncing doesn't really work the same anymore, talking about cover and how that shifts. So
We're going to see how the new wall bounce system works. It's going to be a more fluid thing. It's not going to be as jittery. That's what I think. I could be wrong. It's not going to be a jittery wall bounce. It's going to be a fluid, rhythm-based wall bounce. It's going to be like this. It's not going to be, the wall bounce ain't doing this. We're not doing this no more. This is the old days. We're not doing that no more. The new guys that's trying to come and play Gears, they're not going to be able to do that. Wall bouncing is a technique only made for vets of Gears. One day I'm going to do a video of what somebody's hands look like doing a wall bounce with a 360 controller. Maybe I'll do it. Xbox One controller. It looks crazy. Your hands look crazy doing that. Wall bouncing, switching guns, hitting the active. That's not going to bring in new players. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. The old wall bounce is not going to bring in new players. These guys want to make money. A lot of Gears vets right now are 45, 40 years old. All right. These new cats that's coming in, they never did nothing like that. They gotta expand the fan base. The fan base has to expand. They're making a marketing. This is a business decision. I think wall bounce is still in the game. It's just not the same. It's time to evolve. We're gonna see what happens. We got slide now. We can slide undercover. There's many different things that they added into the game to make it, to keep it fresh and fun. Yeah, I kind of cringed when I heard that. I was like, oh damn, they changed wall bounce. I'm seeing it on X. A lot of people saying they took it away for clickbait. Damn, I'm like, oh damn, they took away wall bounce. Damn. They didn't take it away. They changed it. It's nerfed.
That's going to shift multiplayer meta quite a bit, where obviously if you're like really good at wall bouncing, like you can do some cool stuff. They said it's not as dominant as a strategy because they just want to balance that with new mechanics and let people discover this way and play differently. So I'm again open to that. I like to see what's new. Obviously there's new weapons, so there's gonna be new ways to play as far as that and the strategy goes for multiplayer if you're really interested in that. Yeah, lots of changes, and I'm sure there's so much more that we don't even know about yet. Like we only saw
we saw the new backflip. We saw that. That's confirmed. I confirmed it. I confirmed the new backflip.
Early gameplay, obviously. It's like as emergency is happening, and you can tell they're kind of cutting through some stuff. I guess the other thing too, as far as like changes that we do or don't like, active reloads now center screen. I don't like it. I don't like that. But they said you can switch it back. You can put it back up in the corner.
A lot of people in my comments, based off my last video, viral video, by the way, shout out to me, viral video, they said, a lot of people was telling me like, yo, you could change the active reload back to the old way. They told me you could change the active reload back to the old way. It's no longer in the middle of the screen. I was like, I'm probably going to change it back to the old way. But I was like, I'm thinking of what competitive advantages does me having this thing in the middle of the screen. I'm thinking of the competitive advantages because your eyes are still on the fight. And I explained that before in a different video. Your eyes are still on the fight when it's in the middle. I got to relearn where the active tab is on each gun. I got to relearn it. The lance is probably going to be the same, but I still got to relearn the other tab. So it's like, get your hands warmed up to the certain gun, master the active reload, then you change it to the top right. You're not a noob if you keep it in the middle of the screen, G. And you might be able to, I think they'll be able to do this too, and I think it's in the game. You'll be able to increase and decrease the HUD size of that bar. That's fire. I think you should do that. I think E-Day should do that. If we keep it in the middle of the screen, we should be able to decrease or increase the HUD size of that bar. The gauge bar. We should decrease it, make it more subtle. I'm gonna keep it in the middle of the screen. That's dope. I think so. That's dope.
Corner if you don't want to right in your face, and I think it being there is really great for new players who just don't know about active reload and want to see the benefits immediately, because it shows you, I think, if you do have to look back at the top corner to see that still, but I think that's still a welcoming way to say, hey, this is an important thing, learn how to do this, and for everyone who already knows, just put it in the corner. We got top.
My muscle memory, my eyes are trained to just check that top right corner. And I guess we could kind of finish on a quick multiplayer point. We didn't see multiplayer, but we did learn about the 12-player mode of Evolution of Horde. Yeah.
Okay, so Horde has a 12-player mode now for Gears E-Day. I played Horde one time in Gears 2. Maybe I dabbled on it in Gears 3. I don't really care for it. I think they made the right decision making this 12 players because if it's 12 players, that's more chances of you hopping in with randoms if you don't have a team that wants to play Horde. You got 2 other teams. So it's more, you seeing more people on the screen. It's not just you and your friends. If it's just 4 people, you're more inclined to just play with you and your friends. Everybody don't got 3 other people to play this game with. So I think this new Horde mode is a positive. And I think it will be successful. Maybe not successful with me because I don't care for Horde mode. But I like it. I like the new change.
3 squads of 4, 12 players, and the whole game is built around 4 players. So the PvP modes are also they're all 4v4 based. And then I guess the last point would be, I guess this is public knowledge. I mean, they showed it to us in the presentation. People may already know, but August 6th for the first beta weekend. Yeah, so as
August 6th, beta weekend, pull up. August 6th, beta weekend, pull up. We there. I'm going to review the game by the end of beta weekend. I'm going to review the beta. We're gonna give it unadulterated, opinionated, objective review of the beta. Day 1, day 2, day 3, however long it is, we gonna give a review. So pull up, make sure you pull up to my channel, A Left Earth on YouTube. Oh, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button.
already know, but August 6th for the first beta weekend. Yeah, so as a huge Gears fan, after getting to talk to the developers a little bit, see a little bit more, has your hype level gone up? Like, where are you at now heading into, as we ramp towards October 6th and the release of this thing?
Way up. Like, I obviously love Dom and Marcus. I love their relationship, and getting more time with them, it's huge. It's huge. So I know when they first announced it, I was a little bummed because I really want to see where Kate's story is going, and I still.
I want to hear what she just said again. I need to make sure that I'm not wrong, because she might be the only one on Earth that feels like this. I'm not gonna say she's the only one on Earth, but let me hear what she said again, because
I know when they first announced it, I was a little bummed because I really want to see where Kate's story is going, and I still.
Listen, Kate. She's not a benefactor. She's not the MVP of this franchise. She's a side quest character. She is a fill-in. She is a placeholder. Like Kate versus Marcus or Dom, either or. She does not compare to either of those characters. She doesn't even compare to Baird. Or Cole. Maybe Cole. I don't know. Yeah, nah. I completely disagree with that. I don't really. Gear 6 is gonna come, and when it comes, it's gonna be Kate. I think they should keep extending it with Marcus and Dom. There's other storylines that they could do with them. Maybe 1 or 2 more. But Gear 6 is gonna have Kate. Do I like it? No. But whatever.
Want to see that, but I like that we get to see more of some of the faves. So
Yeah, I did ask, well, are we ever gonna finish Kate's story? And knowing that they were gonna just sweep that aside because they want to talk about this game, and that's fine. I'm super down for the prequel too. I'm happy to have Dom and Marcus back together, and maybe we'll finish Kate's story one day. Maybe it'll show up in like a novel or a comic book or something, some extended piece of Gears lore. But that'll do it from the Xbox.
Alright, tell me what you think about this. Is there any other interesting opinions that you have about what's going on with Gears E-Day? This is gonna be my main game that I'm gonna be streaming when this game comes out. You're gonna see Street Fighter sometimes. You're gonna see Marvel Tokon, of course. I'm probably going to drop Street Fighter for Marvel Tokon. And Gears is gonna be my main shooter that I stream, play, do content, all that. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Is there any other videos you want me to check out that I have missed for Gears E-Day that has new information? Let me know. 8 out.